What's going on, everybody? If you're seeing this page, that means the official Torian Rain Reloaded merch store is now available. To get access to the store, make sure you go ahead and click the store tab on my YouTube channel. From there, you will be able to see all the merch that is available. We have mugs, shirts, hoodies, joggers, and so much more to come. All original designs made by yours truly, Torian Rain Reloaded. Now go ahead and get your merch today, and you can feel nothing in style.
Police documents reveal details of the Dallas County Public Defender's reported relationship with a jail inmate. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, the lawyer used her work computer at the inmate's request and set up times so they could communicate from his jail window. Fox 4 Stephen Dial has more.
Dallas County investigators became suspicious with the amount of time Public Defender Reagan Sierra Moreno was spending with an inmate that was not her client. Detectives say they believe she was involved in a relationship with inmate Todd Whitfield. Investigators say on September 5th, Whitfield called Moreno and told her to look at him waving from his jail cell. Court records say Moreno then attempted to expose herself to him from a parking garage, but, quote, the presence of a Dallas County marshal marked vehicle detoured her plans, end quote. Days later, on September 12th, detectives say Whitfield called Moreno again. They say Whitfield asked Moreno to look up the criminal record for his brother, Zion Whitfield. Moreno used her county laptop to look up court records and allegedly provided information about Zion's charges, affidavits, and alleged assault victim information. Investigators say Whitfield said, quote, we are throwing her a party when I get home, end quote. Moreno told Whitfield to stop saying that comment. Court documents say Whitfield then e-messaged the victim. The woman told him she was going to report his threat to the jail. Part of the message from Whitfield said, quote, I swear before Christ, you haven't met me, but you will, and how you meet me depends all on you. Dallas County Sheriff's investigators believe he got the information based on conversations with Moreno. Moreno, who has been on the job less than a year, is charged with abuse of official capacity and has since bonded out of jail. In Dallas, Stephen Dial, Fox 4 News.
I can't tell you how many times a story like this floats around through the news outlets, through social media, where you have a person, is usually a woman, who is involved with an inmate in some capacity on a level that goes beyond what their job scope is, whether it's a person who in her case is a public defender or a person who was a guard working in an all-male prison. That's why some people saying that female guards should not be working in a male prison, and vice versa, having a male guard inside of a female prison, because you just never know what kind of outcome is going to come from this when these kind of things occur. So you have this woman right here who practically, when you think about it in hindsight, threw her whole career away because she wanted to bounce up and down on the soul pole. That's basically what I can boil it down to. Now, when I was first sent this story, I had only had her picture of it. But when I typed her image into Google and saw that she was attached to this black guy, I was like, sometimes the jokes just practically write themselves. And she was only in this position for less than a year, for less than a freaking year. And this guy was so crafty, he was able to coerce her into pulling up the records of his own brother, to try to see if they can get something worked out for him too. And then that's when she decided to have her come into Jesus moment, so to speak, and realize what she was doing was wrong. And then she ended up getting threatened by the brother. This is a wild story right here. This is crazy, but it's not unheard of. It's not unlikely. Like, why would you throw your whole career away for something that's not going to go any further than what it is right now? Because I didn't see anywhere or hear anywhere in the audio that they had an intimate relationship, that it went further than just them conversing through the phone or through text or however they were conversing. It didn't say that they actually went to the next step of physicality, so to speak. So this guy was most likely selling her a pipe dream. Interesting choice of words, but it wasn't going to go any further than that. And he knew that. She probably thought it was, but he knew that it wasn't going to go any further than where it was at right now. And then the brother got roped into it. Man, listen, again, the jokes practically write themselves. I can't bring myself to feel bad for this woman. I can't bring myself to feel bad for anybody who would risk their career to do what she did. You threw all of that away. Imagine going to school for all those years to do what it is that you do, get the degree and whatnot, get the pay, and you throw all of that away. And now you have charges on you. You have now developed a record. I had read somewhere where it said that she had bonded out on a $5,000, which of course a 10% is $500. But there's no, as of right now, a court date set for her to return in front of a judge. She should definitely do some times, because that was a very compromising position that she put herself in. She could have put herself in danger, like, to be quite honest. We don't even know why this dude was in jail and locked up for. For all we know, it could have been a violent crime, but we don't know. And this is how you're engaging. This is how you choose to behave. But I'm gonna be honest with you, and y'all can feel about it any type of way. When I'm looking at her, she probably had slim picking. She probably didn't have much to choose from, so she probably felt like, hey, this is a last resort. But the thing is, these guys know how to get in some of these women's heads, because they probably like, oh, they probably haven't had luck outside in the world with a man, so here they are trying to flirt with me, and they probably know that they have no chance, but I'll lead them on to make them think that they do. And that's exactly what this guy did. And for him, it worked like a charm. For her, it definitely worked against her. She's dumb. Anybody who commits an act like this is stupid, in my honest opinion. They said as a public defender, she is facing federal charges. Federal, not misdemeanor, but fed charges behind what she did. And she got booked into the county jail for what she did. So imagine you as a public defender now have to hire someone to represent you because you was not doing what was in your pay grade. You was going above and beyond to basically be, I guess you can say, a thought on the light side inside of that prison, so to speak, if you want to put it that way. Because if it wasn't him, it probably would have been somebody else. I'm just being completely honest with you. Again, I don't feel bad for her. She gets exactly what she deserves, and they need to lock her ass right up along with them. Well, not with him, but put her with the female prisoners. That's exactly where she needs to be. Take away her license. That's the least they could do, is to take away her license. She's no longer and make it where she can no longer be a public defender. She has shown and proven she is not worthy of that job. And the scary part about it is that this was confidential information that she was getting ready to have released. Not even so much getting ready to release, but she was revealing confidential personal information that could have possibly harmed somebody outside of that prison. Again, we don't know why he's locked up, but revealing that personal confidential information could possibly bring harm to somebody, and she roped herself into doing it. Again, she showed no self-control at all. And now if something happens to somebody because of what she did, it's on her hands. It's a shame that the least that they're doing, or the most what it sounds like, is just taking away her license. She needs way more than that, in my honest opinion.